Welcome to a Monday. It is March 19th. Thanks for waking up with us on this last day of winter, by the way.
That's right. Let's get over to Cheetah Craft right now for a check of our Monday morning forecast. Spring's around the corner.
It sure is. Officially begins tomorrow. That's right. And you know what? Today will actually feel more spring-like, and tomorrow morning will feel more winter-like. Go figure. What are the odds, right? 70s this morning, winter cloudy skies, a little humidity, and then our cold front pushes through. Winds are going to continue to pick up. Strong north winds, gusts up to about 25 miles per hour today and tomorrow. Here's the big center of your complex, and then a trailing cold front behind it. That cold front is going to push through now, between about now and 9 a.m. this morning. About a 10 to a 20% chance of maybe a little spotty sprinkle, a stray shower. That will be it. Most of you picking up about a trace this afternoon. Low humidity, strong winds. Darby, that means high fire danger. We'll talk more about that coming up next.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes, Cheetah. Plenty going on in the world of traffic. It's the day after spring break is over, so it's getting nasty out there. 610 the north loop westbound Ella. An accident's been cleared over to the shoulder, but it's still there. Rubberneck will have you backed up to be Fort Shepherd, adding about 5 minutes to your drive time. On the North Freeway inbound Rankin Road, still working an accident here. You can see now fire department's taking up a couple of right lanes. This is backing you up towards FM 1960. Past that, we're getting reports of an accident here involving fuel spill of some sort. You can see them dusting it down here. So they're blocking off, we'll call it one right lane. It's not really that slow in the area because everybody's stuck back at that accident at Rankin Road. And then we've got another accident here on the North Freeway inbound right before you get to Little York here, taking up a left lane. So I-45 is an absolute mess. 55 minutes, 1488 to downtown. That's only going to build. Use the Hardy Toll Road. Be doing yourself a favor.
Okay, Darby, thank you. Let's get to breaking news right now. A fourth explosion in Austin severely injured 2 men overnight. You can see from this map, bombs have gone off across the city this month.
And now police are telling people in the neighborhood where this latest explosion happened to stay inside. We have our Janelle Ford, who is joining us from Austin this morning.
Let's check in with her right now. And Janelle, police are saying that this explosion is different than what we saw with the other 3 explosions this month.
Yeah, what police are saying is different is that possibly a tripwire was used in this explosion. Now, right now, the subdivision is on lockdown. No one in, no one out. Police have told residents here that they'll likely have to stay inside their homes until at least 10 this morning so they can go through and comb the area and make sure that there's no longer a threat. Now, where we're standing right now is about a quarter of a mile from where that explosion happened. We just saw the FBI and the ATF make their way into that subdivision, and this is the 4th explosion here in Austin this month. Now, in total, the explosions around the city have left 2 people dead and a handful of others injured. Police say 2 men in their 20s were riding or walking with their bikes in this neighborhood last night when they triggered that bomb. Those 2 men are in the hospital this morning. We're told they should be okay. Now, police are trying to gauge if these explosions are connected and who the intended targets are. Now, the 3 other explosions happened on the east side of the city in primarily minority communities. This one here is on the southwest side. Now, another difference is those other explosions were caused by packages left on people's doorsteps. We're told the one here was a package that was kind of on the side of the road. Now, right now, Austin police are telling everyone to be vigilant, and they're taking lots of precautions. So pretty scary for the folks that live here in Austin. Hopefully we'll have some more details for you guys coming up.
All right, Janelle, thank you so much. You can hear more on this story on CBS this morning starting at 7 o'clock, and we'll have updates throughout the day on our website at KHOU.com.
Also breaking this morning, some big flames destroying some units at a boat storage facility.
It's happening at the Piney Woods Boat and RV Storage in Willis, just north of Conroe. That's where our Michelle Choi joins us live this morning with the very latest there. Michelle?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Well, the fire happened at this building behind me. Firefighters tell us at least 100 units burned down in total. Now, it's kind of hard to see, but this building goes all the way back there. And right now, they're dealing with mostly smoke and putting out hot spots, but check out the fire they had to deal with just a few hours ago. It was absolutely massive, guys. Just take a look at that. Firefighters tell us when they got here, the fire started in the middle of the building and then quickly spread outwards in both directions. Now, they had to get a handle on this, and at least 30 fire trucks were called out here, 9 different fire departments, and I'm talking dozens and dozens of firefighters. Fortunately, none of them were hurt and were able to control and maintain this fire. Right now, what they're doing is they're going inside these units individually, checking on the inside. These units contained RVs, boats, cars, things of that nature that quickly burned. So they were able to control it quickly. Now, I wanted to show you what's behind me right now. Firefighters, more of them are arriving at this time because they're changing shifts at this point. You can see that they have a home base set up because they tell us they'll be out here for at least a couple more hours. As far as the cause of the fire, well, the fire marshal is on their way to check that out. For now, we are live in North Montgomery County. Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.
All right, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering if they lost anything in that fire. Thank you, Michelle. Topping your morning rush for a Monday, OSHA is now looking into a deadly accident on a Cirque du Soleil stage. An acrobat fell in front of a live audience in Tampa on Saturday night. He was a veteran performer who fell during an aerial strap routine. 3 people are accused of shooting at police during a chase, and a 4th may be on the run this morning. Investigators say that it happened in southeast Houston after the driver ran a stop sign on Sunday. No officers were hit. A moment of silence will be held on campus at Florida International University for those 6 victims killed in last week's bridge collapse. The bridge was brand new. Investigators don't know yet why the structure suddenly dropped onto a Miami highway. No surprise here, voters re-elected Vladimir Putin as president of Russia for another 6 years. He won with 70% of the vote. This will be his 4th term, making Putin Russia's longest continuously serving leader since Joseph Stalin. And that's your morning rush.
Well, this morning, both Republicans and Democrats are urging President Trump not to fire special counsel Robert Mueller. A White House attorney says the president is not considering taking that action. Wendy Gillette has more.
White House attorney Ty Cobb released a statement last night in response to speculation on both sides of the aisle that Robert Mueller may be next up on the chopping block. It says in part, quote, "The president is not considering or discussing the firing of the special counsel Robert Mueller." The president fueled that theory, though, thanks to a weekend full of tweets aimed at the investigation into his campaign's ties to Russia. And on Saturday, the president's personal lawyer, John Dowd, said it was time for Mueller's inquiry to end. Republicans and Democrats took to the Sunday morning political shows with stern warnings for the president to not even consider terminating the investigation.
If he tried to do that, that would be the beginning of the end of his presidency, because we're a rule of law nation.
If the president reaches out and stops this investigation, that is a constitutional crisis in this country.
So far, 4 former Trump campaign aides have been charged with financial crimes or lying to the FBI. 3 of them have pleaded guilty and agreed to assist in Mueller's investigation. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Good morning. Well, the one thing you need to know is you have a beautiful afternoon to be expected. Even though we're starting off with cloudy skies, temperatures this afternoon will be up to 83. We'll talk more about this fire weather coming up next, Derby.
All right, well, the one thing you need to know in traffic is there's 3 things you need to know in traffic. Here's one of them. North Freeway inbound Rankin Road. You've got an accident, a couple right lanes blocked off. Coming up, I'll tell you about the other 2. It's a long ride on the North Freeway.
And everything's all right. I'll just say goodnight and I'll show myself to the door.
That is Garth Brooks closing down the rodeo last night, and his second performance this year was huge for Rodeo Houston. Certainly wasn't Garth's first rodeo, but it was a record-breaking one.
How about this? 75,577 people showed up at NRG to watch him close out the 2018 season. Brandy Smith's here now with a recap. Brandy, it was a jam-packed 3 weeks. Hard to believe it's already over.
It really is, but the work is just getting started. Cleanup starts over at NRG Park today, so crews are going to work on tearing down all those rides, all the booths in NRG Center. Yeah, still a lot of work to do, but this year's rodeo went out with a bang thanks to Garth Brooks, who had a few surprises in store for the record crowd.
This needs a different ending, actually, is what it needs. So the third verse, I am proud to say, was born in the great state of Texas, of course.
Yeah, that third verse of Friends in Low Places came about right here in the Lone Star State. Garth also performed a third verse of Thunder Rolls. It was a night country fans say they will not forget.
Oh, you couldn't ask for a better entertainer to close out the rodeo.
Us going together and experiencing this is just out of this world and one of those things of once in a lifetime.
So another surprise for fans. Garth brought out his wife, Trisha Yearwood, to perform. Fans were, as you can tell, pretty giddy about that. Colleen showed us this picture of the couple saying, "Thank you for a fabulous evening. Hope to see you in another 15 years to break another attendance record." Tyler says, "Hats off, Garth Brooks. You've made me a lifelong fan. You truly love what you do. It shows." And Jason wonders what all of us who didn't get to go are wondering. So did all of Houston go see Garth Brooks at Rodeo Houston except my household?